Hello everyone, welcome to Niviram's channel. Today we are going to see about an important topic in science. Let us start with a small example. What do you observe from this picture? Yes, all these are an household appliances. All these appliances will work under the help of electricity. That's correct. So today our topic is about electricity. Before getting into the topic, shall we discuss about basic concepts of atom? Here is an atom model. Atom consists of a subatomic particles like proton, electron and neutron. Nucleus present in the center of an atom. Orbits are nothing but the path that creates an electron to revolve around the nucleus. Protons that have positive charge, electrons will have a negative charge, and moreover the number of protons will always equal to the number of electrons in each and every atom. So we can conclude that atom is an electrically neutral. Neutral means no charge, which is nothing but number of protons and number of electrons are equal in each and every atom. So we can call that atom is electrically neutral. Here, the inner orbits of electrons are strongly attracted with protons and neutrons, so they cannot be removed easily. But in the outer orbits, the electrons are loosely bound, so we can be easily remove the electrons from one orbit to the other one. Next, we are going to see about the charges or electric charge. It is the basic property of matter that causes objects to attract or repel each other. Here is the picture shown that charges can neither be created nor be destroyed, but there is a property that is unlike charges will attract each other as well as the like charges will repel each other. That electric charge is measured in the quantity called coulomb and the symbol of the coulomb is C. Small amount of charge that can exist freely is called elementary charge. The symbol to be represented this elementary charge is small letter E. Its value is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Protons that have positive elementary charge represented as plus E and electrons have negative elementary charge that is represented as negative E, that is minus E. Next we are going to concentrate on transfer of charges. Here the basic definition of transfer of charges, the substance which gains electron becomes negatively charged and the substance which loses electrons becomes positively charged. Gains means it takes an electrons and turn as more number of negative. So it is negatively charged electrons. Which loses means it gives one electron to the other atoms. So it has less than negative electrons and it is more in positively charged. Transfer of charges takes place in the following three ways. They are transfer by friction, transfer by conduction and transfer by induction. Let us see the first way, transfer by friction. Here in this picture they have shown with comb and bits of paper. Let us take a comb and just rub your comb with your air so that the comb gains an electrons from your air. As the same way that we are going to take a bits of paper that contains both positive and negative charges. Now the rubbed comb you can bring near to the bits of paper. You can observe what is happening. That comb will try to attract the bits of paper because comb contains an electrons as well as the bits of paper also contain some protons and electrons, that is positive and negative charge both are present equally in the bits of paper. The comb which contains an electrons will try to attract the protons, that positive charge present in the bits of paper. So this happens due to friction. Let us see some more examples of transfer by friction. In this picture they shows that glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth. Once this rubbing happens, glass rod loses electrons and turn as positively charged material. In the second picture, they are rubbing fur cloth and the ebonite rod. After rubbing, the ebonite rod gains an electrons and turn as a negatively charged material. From these pictures, we come to know that when two materials are rubbed together, some electrons may be transferred from one material to the other, leaving them both with a net electric charge. Next, we are going to see about transfer by conduction. Conduction, it is nothing but having contact with each other, there is a transfer of charges happens. Same concept that we have seen in the last picture, that ebonite rod rubbed with fur cloth. What happens to that ebonite rod? It loses positive charge, which means it gains an electrons and turn negatively charged material. Now the ebonite rod, after rubbing with fur cloth, turns as a negatively charged material, is getting ready with our hand. The next, we are going to make a paper cylinder and just tie it with any thread. Holding it in the top, we can hold one hand with the paper cylinder and bringing the ebonite rod in the other hand near to each other. Let's see what's happening there. Once we bring the ebonite rod, which is nothing but a negatively charged material, near to the paper cylinder, it starts attracts each other and get touched with each other. Once it get touched, what happens? The negative charge which is present in the ebonite rod transfers to the positive charge. In this point only the conduction happens. The transfer by conduction happens here. Once it get touched with each other, that negative charges from the ebonite rod is transfers to the positive paper cylinder. Now both are getting the negative charge at the tip of the end. So after that, what we have learned, the properties of charges. Unlike charges will attract each other, whereas like charges repel each other. Now the paper cylinder as well as the ebonite rod both are having the negative charge at the ends. So what happens? They will repel each other. This happens because of conduction process. Next we will see about transfer by induction. Induction is nothing but creating the charges without touching each other. Okay, creating charges from one end or the other end without touching each other materials. Here the definition says the process of charging an uncharged body by bringing a charged body near to it but without touching is called induction. The uncharged body acquires an oppositive charge at the near end and a similar charge at the far end. Here the picture explains clearly. So that uncharged body will always acquires an oppositive charge at the near end, whereas the other similar charge at the farther end. Next, here is a picture shows about the flow of charges. Let us take two metallic spheres. Here the excess of electrons, which shows nothing but a more negative charges are present. Deficiency of electrons means it has a low negative charge, as well as we can say it has more positive charge. The metallic wires are connected between these two spheres. One is having higher potential, another one is having lower potential. So the metallic wires which is having excess electrons flow towards positively charged sphere. This flow continuously happens when the number of electrons are equal in both the sphere. Till that equal number of electrons comes, the transfer of electrons is happening from one sphere to the other one. Positively charged spheres are called as higher potential sphere and the negatively charged one is called lower potential. This is the way the transfer of charges happens towards the other one. So from this we can understand what is about electric current. Now only we are getting into our topic electricity, the flow of charges. So always electrons flows from higher potential to the lower potential. Then this is called as electric current. When electrons flows from higher potential to the lower potential, that flow of electrons will gives out a current to us. And the potential difference or voltage, which is nothing but difference between these two potential from higher to lower, what the difference we are getting. the energy of electron moves from one potential to another potential. That is based on potential difference, or we can call it as voltage. What do you mean by conventional current? Here still now we are talking about the electric current is flow of charges, which is nothing but electrons. But conventional current is nothing but flow of positive charges. So once the flow of positive charges is discussed, then it is called as a conventional current is moving in the circuit. The effects of current and the other topics will be discussed in the next video. Kindly subscribe our channel and give your likes and support.